Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Abs and Arms. Focusing on high repetitions, some light weights. So if you're at home and you don't have weights, I'm going to be using 3 and 5 pounds. But if you don't have weights, you can absolutely grab your canned goods. I, for some reason, have coconut milk and beef broth in my pantry. So just grab whatever you want, whatever you have. Water bottles work as well. So we're just going to get into this. You guys, let's find some space. Put your feet hip width and distance away. Tuck your hips under. Roll your shoulders back. Let's get nice and warm. If you're just waking up or if you've been hanging out on the couch, it feels good just to move our bodies. Roll the shoulders forward. Really nice. Take a nice deep breath. Coming up wide, arms here. Fingertips as long as you can make them. Try and reach from side to side. Big extension here. Take a nice deep breath in and out. My legs are just slightly spread apart. I'm going to take my right arm, reach down, reach over with my left arm. Give me a little side bend. Try and reach a little farther down that leg. Good. Come back center. Bring me prayer hands. Roll your shoulders back and down, pressing through the palms of our hands. Just try to warm up our chest. Make those go forward. Nicely done. Big arms here. Deep breath. Go the other way. Reach those fingertips down your leg. Nice side bend. We're going to get into that core a little bit later. Excellent work. Come back center. Arms are wide. You're going to go palms up and palms down. Make sure there's extension here. We don't just have floppy arms, that you're moving with purpose, that everything is engaged. You're going to start feeling it in your back. Fingertips are long. I'm going to step my feet in here. Soften through your knees. You're going to hinge forward at your hips so your back is long and just press back through those triceps. Squeezing your shoulder blades together, just warming up through your back, through the backs of your arms. My palms are flat. Just think about lifting. Lifting, tuck your hips under, squeeze your abs in nice and tight. And we're going to change this to a squeeze in. So I'm bringing my thumbs in together, narrowing that space. Squeeze it in. Nice work. We have 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Roll all the way up, shoulders back and down. Bring your elbows behind you. Open your chest. Big reach through the end. Nicely done. And 1 more. Nice work. All right, shake those out. I'm going to start with 3-pound weights here. You guys can go all the way up to 5 pounds. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of reps. So stay with me. Modifications always. You can go to single arms if we're doing double arms. Always drop your weights or go to heavier weights if you need it. So my feet are hip width and parallel. We're really focusing on the upper body. Just tuck your tailbone in so you don't want your booty to be behind you. Let me show you what's going on here. So you want that to be tucked in and have a nice neutral spine. My elbows are right by my waist. I'm on the corners here, so my fingertips are pointing toward the corners of my room, and I'm going to squeeze up to my shoulders and extend fully down. So you want to be in control of these weights the entire time. And at the beginning, especially if you have light weights, it's going to feel like you're not doing much. We're really going to start warming up here. This is your full range of motion with your elbows pulled in, your chest is tall, focusing on squeezing in and resist. You don't want momentum to get in the way. You also don't want to let those weights drop at the bottom, so you're in control the whole time. Stay with this for 4 more. We're going to keep building on, making this a little warmer, a little more challenging. This is 3. Final 2. And 1. Meet me right here at your waist. Now we're just going to squeeze the top half. Squeezing and resisting. Think about your arms traveling through mud, something sticky, something heavy, and really fighting as I extend those weights down. So my biceps are really starting to warm up here. Full extension all the way to that waist, parallel with the ground. Good, now we're starting to get warm. 3 more. 2, and 1. Hold it right here in that 90-degree and pull your shoulders back and down. And we're going to keep that strong bend in your elbows. You're just going to bring those waists right up to your chin and then right back to your waist. To your chin, to your waist. Now this movement is happening from your shoulders, and you're going to start feeling some shoulder work here, but it still have that strong bicep engagement, focusing on those muscles right there in the bicep. Press, pull. Good. Remember, we're still extending and releasing. We take no move for granted. Everything counts in these muscular endurance exercises. Press, pull. Good. I wish I had a little music. 3. Electronics are scarce around here. One kid's got the iPad, one kid's got the laptop. We're homeschooling. Hope everyone's doing well out there. 3. Let's do 2 more. 2, And last one, hold those elbows off of your body. So now we're gonna extend these arms off of us, and you're gonna notice as the elbows get farther away, it gets a little more challenging. So fully extend and then bring it right back to that 90. You should really feeling it at this point. Nice work. Squeeze, resist. Modification here, if this is getting to be too challenging, you can just bring those elbows back closer to your body. The farther the way it is off of your waistline, the more challenging it's going to be. You're just increasing that range of motion, increasing that range, that pivot point. Let's go 4 more. You got it. We're going to make it just a little bit smaller in 3. Shoulders back 2. And last one. So full extension here. Now just make a tiny bend. This is a pulse on these arms. Really feeling it here. Now the difference between a pulse or a bounce, I often talk about in my bar classes and my strength classes, is that this is controlled. I'm controlling this movement. It's very small. It's very warm in my biceps right now, but it's getting the job done. We're sculpting these arms. Stay with this for 4, 3, we're not done, 2, and when we have one more move, and then we're gonna shake it out and move on to something else. Now I'll move my arms completely in front, but keeping that isolation, that soft bend in my elbows. You wanna come back just a little bit farther than your shoulders, get a little bit of extension, feeling it in your chest. You can start feeling it in your lats. We're gonna get the whole upper back and upper body going. Let's go 3 more. We have pulses to finish. 3, hold it open on 2. And last one, here's where we finish, palms up. We're just gonna go out and in. Think about directing those elbows behind your waist, opening your chest. This is your final 8. 7, good. 6, got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Okay, that felt amazing. Let's start getting into triceps here. You want to make sure that we're still sticking with those light weights. 5 is the max I would recommend on this. So I'm gonna look at my side view, tuck your hips under, and we're gonna hinge forward from your hips. So it's almost as if you're folding yourself over a table. So I don't want you to bend over or slump. Keep your shoulders pulled back, hinge forward from those hips. My knees are soft. You can't see my knees are soft. And then I'm gonna rock my weight into my heels, pull my belly button in. Push my weights forward, and as my weights go forward, I'm not gonna slump. You wanna keep that pull back, keep a nice extension. So here's the move. Arms here, we're gonna row it back, squeeze, extend, bring it back in, and then row it forward. On that punch forward, you're still resisting by pulling your shoulders back and away from you, and there's a small pinch on your shoulder blades as you start to engage that upper back. I talk so much in my class about posture and about we're always slumped over our desks and our phones and our laptops and our driving, and our posture is just so poor. This move is going to really help make us stand up a little bit taller. And as you do it, make sure you're keeping those shoulders relaxed and away from your ears. I see this a lot. This. So you want to make it pull back. Keep it nice and close to your body. Big pull. I know some of you started out with 3-pound weights and you're like, wait, I can't get a great workout. Yes, you can. We have 2 more. Just have to keep going. Last one. Now let's hold it here. So my arms are nice and straight. See where my elbows are? That's where I'm committing my elbows to staying. I'm just going to bend and straighten. So you don't want your weights to come any farther than your hips. So just to your hips and extend. Hips and extend. Feel nice and warm. Keeping them close to your body, straight back. So we shouldn't be here. We should be straight back. That's going to keep that engagement. And the upper back, keep your shoulders relaxed. We're pressing, control, 3. We have 1 more change, 2. And 1, hold them nice and straight. Now we're just lifting from your armpits. Think about just a big press from that armpit, focusing. Just an inch and a half. It doesn't take much. This is round 1 of our triceps. We're gonna come back and do another round in 4. Woo, we have a hold at the end, 3. Stay with me, 2. And 1, hold them up here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's shake that out really nice. Roll the shoulders back, roll the shoulders forward. Now, on this one, I just automatically come into a nice sunk down position. If you can see what my legs are doing, I'll show you. So just a little wide stance. My toes are turned out. I'm sinking into this, tucking my hips under. That's just where my body naturally goes. But you can also just be wherever's comfortable for you. Often when we put our arms over our heads, though, we like to send our tailbones behind us. So just make sure as your arms go over your head, they're keeping that neutral spine and protecting your low back. So I'm going to come down into the second position, or sumo squat. Shoulders back and down. My weights are going to be right by my shoulders, just out in an extension. Elbows are dropping below the shoulders, and I'm going to press it up and pull it down. Whew. I made a commitment not to wear makeup or blow dry my hair for the next 14 days or until we are out of the house. Just try to, you know, do a little self-care, protect that hair, make my skin nice and glowy. So you're going to see a lot of shine on me today. No makeup. So we're pressing up and pulling back. Press, pull. Remember, we have that spine tucked under, just keeping that back neutral, protecting your low back as we fully extend these arms all the way up and all the way down. Let's think about again that we're pressing and pulling, really pulling through that mud, pulling through something heavy. Even though these weights are nice and light, my whole arm is being engaged. Press, pull. Good. 4 more. This is 3, we're not done. Final 2, and 1. Hold it right here. We're going to squeeze it in and out. So I want your arms to come all the way into that parallel position. Think about making a number 11 or covering up your ears with that squeeze in, and then coming out just a little bit. We're not hyperextending, but you want to open up just enough. You're feeling a little work in the corner chest. Really nice. Good. Let's do this with 4 more. As the weight's getting heavy, relax your shoulders. 2, and last 1. We have halfway here. So I'm in that 90-degree bend. We're gonna go up and down. Just a tiny press up, a tiny press down, tiny press up, tiny press down. You got it. Stay with it. We have 1 more change in this series. 3, you got it. 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring it right into that number 11 or that parallel. We're just do a little uppercut. So pressing it up and down. Should really start to feel it in your shoulders. Yeah, keep those elbows in nice and tight. You got it. We have an isometric hold coming up. This is our final 6 of this big range. 5, 4, my arms are on fire. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it right here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Shake it out. We're going into round 2 of those triceps. So I want you to set it up the exact same way. Soften your knees, hinge forward from your waist. If you need to send your leg back into a little lunge to give you a little kickstand, you absolutely can do that. But I just want a long line from your shoulder to your hip bone. So let me get this set back up. So this time we're going to work on triceps with a flat palm. And then we're going to go right into some back work. There we go. I need to hire a camera person. So I'm hinging forward here. So I'm rolling my shoulders back and down. My arms are parallel. My weights are light in my hands. I'm just pressing up and behind me. Breathing through it. This is your biggest range of motion. Try to keep your arms close to your body. I made a little change and put my foot behind me. That's totally fine. Just keep that hip tucked under. So much about these movements is about the alignment and getting everything in the right place, especially if we're just doing a small range of motion or a lightweight. Press it back. Good. Let's go with this for 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now hold them up nice and high. Get those arms straight, straight, straight. Now squeeze your thumbs in. Keeping those arms stick straight. You might need to put your weights down for this. I know it's getting intense. We have 1 more change coming up. Be in control. You don't want those weights to swing out. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're holding here. I'm going to bend those elbows just a tiny bit. Just that 1/2 inch bend. I'm really feeling it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Oh, sitting up nice and tall. Let's shake that out. We have 1 more block here, just some shoulder work, and then we're going to go down onto the mat for some abs. Again, I'm sinking into the sumo squat or second position plie. My hands are together, my shoulders nice and wide. I'm just coming right to shoulder height and fully extending. Think about your weights traveling through that muddy water, that molasses, that snow, that slime, whatever thick substance you can think of. So we're not swinging them at this point. You could easily just swing your arms. That's not going to do us any good, not going to serve us. So let's make sure we're making every move count. Extending those arms so your weights are as close to each side of the room as you can make them. Let's go with this for 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it out nice and wide. So I'm fully extended off the side of my body. I'm going to turn my thumbs up. So I'm just going to bring it in nice and slow. And as I bring it in, I'm going to come to a circle and then open it all the way back up nice and wide. Bring it in a circle. Open up nice and wide. Slow, 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 slow. Bring it in a circle. Nice and wide. Let's do this for 2 more. Circle. Nice and wide. And we're going to bring your arms to a V. Roll your shoulders back and down. Your thumbs are up. We're going to move this through this a little bit quicker. So I'm going to go circle and V. Circle and V. Moving through that. Shoulders. Keep that focus. Hips are tucked under. Tall spine. Circle V. Circle V. Moving through it slowly. Breathe. Yes, you can. 4, 3. Good. 2. Last one. We're in the circle. We're going to stack it up. Right over left. Right over left. Yes. This is our big finish here. We're really feeling it in our shoulders here. Keep stacking. This is the point in my class where everyone just groans, but they know it's good for them. Let's go with this for 4 more. This is 3. You got it. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Let this down. Relax your shoulders. Shake it out. We're going to come down to the mat. We have 2 series here. We're going to do 1 on our backs, and then we're going to do 1 in our plank position. I'm going to give your shoulders and your arms just a little break. So we're going to start flat on the mat. Excuse me while I adjust this. So mat if you have it. If not, carpet is good. I'm going to start with your shoulders back and down. Just roll yourself down onto the ground. And then you're going to bring your legs into tabletop. So tabletop is when you have a 90-degree bend. Oh, I have my leprechaun socks on, a hard flex on your foot. Roll your hip bones back so your belly button is into the carpet and your head, neck, and shoulders are resting on the ground. Now I'm going to take your hands and place them gently on your lap, just right on the tops of your thighs. And what you're going to do is alternate extending legs. So first, my left leg is going to extend and my leg is going to get as close to the ground as possible. Then I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to do the same thing with my other leg. Extend and press in. And all the while that you're extending the leg, the opposite knee and hand are going to be pressing together. So one leg is extending to the ground and one knee is driving into your palm. So you're working in 2 different directions here. Very nice. Now, what I'd like you to do is cross your hands. So as I take my right leg out, my right hand is going to be tapping on my left leg, and I'm going to switch and do it the other way. So just crossing that hand and my leg. Now, if you want more of a challenge, I've just lifted my head, neck, and my shoulders off the mat. So I'm getting my upper body engaged. My chin is off my chest, and I'm fully extending my legs. Now, what we're going to do is reach that opposite arm overhead. So one arm, one leg, and we're going to cross over. So arm, leg, cross. Reaching above our heads, keeping your head, neck, and shoulders off the ground, and switching. Make sure you're driving that knee into your palm, and keeping that extended leg close to the ground. Yeah, stay with this for 4 more. This is 2. And final 1. Here we go. Now one arm long, one leg long. We're just going to lift and squeeze. Opposite knee is driving into my hand. 4 more, we switch. 3, 2, and 1. Let that leg float. Switch. Now we're just going to squeeze it up. Try and get those shoulder blades off the ground. Keep that leg long. I promise I'm counting. We have 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring your knees in. Rock and roll all the way up. Grab one single weight. Roll yourself all the way back. So you're going to bring your arms into a V position. You can do this with or without your weight. So basically what you're going to do is bring your weight to your chest, your knees to your chest, and you're gonna pass it back and forth. So knee tuck squeeze and extend. Knee tuck squeeze and extend. We're really working those low abs. Knee tuck squeeze, extend. Driving it in. This absolutely can be done without your weight. Just adding a little extra since it is arms and abs. Keep your chest lifted. We're gonna go here 4 more. 3, nice. 2, and the last one, put that weight down. I'm gonna shift it over, roll myself all the way down, my head, neck, and shoulders on the ground. Send my legs out nice and long, hard flex on my feet, and I'm just gonna raise my legs up nice and high, and then lower them back down. The slower you go on abs, the more effective it is. Keeping your belly button pressed in, using your low abs. We have 4 more of these. Then we're gonna go right into a small plank series, and then we'll stretch. Let's stay with this for 2. And last one, bring those feet all the way up, and just lift your hips up for 8. Think about putting your foot into that ceiling. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Knees to the chest, rock and roll it all the way up. Let's go into our plank position. Excuse me while I adjust this one more time when you see the mess of my basement. So I'm going to be in elbow plank. So elbows are under your shoulders. You're going to press your hips down so you're in a nice flat back. Take a nice deep breath. Everything is working. Everything is engaged. Pushing back on your toes. We're just going to shift forward for a little saw. So this movement is coming from my feet, but the work is happening in my core. We have 5 more. 3, 2, and 1. Drop your knees, sit it back for just a second. Deep breath, shift your weight forward. You go into a long arm plank. And if you, I'm gonna walk it forward so you can see my feet. So I'm just gonna bring my 1 foot forward and the other foot forward. Keep the knees close, pressing away from the mat. Arguably not the most flattering point of view on this video, but you get the idea. 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. Bring it out to a nice high plank. We're going to stay here for the count of 4. Drop your hips. 3, relax your shoulders. 2, and 1. Nicely done. Drop your knees. Send it all the way back. Drag your seat to your heels. Drop your head. Reach your fingertips forward. We're going to stretch it out. Nicely done, you guys. Have a seat on your heels. Hello. Sorry about that. Hopefully you're not upside down. I think you are. Little bonus recovery time there. Okay, let's stretch it out. So I'm sitting back on my seat, making my arms nice and wide. Oh, that feels so good. Just arch your back a little bit so you feel that happening in your core. Sit it back to neutral. Bring your right arm over. Open it up. Other side, left arm over. I'm going to come up to my knees. Fingertips down your spine. Pull that elbow in and lean it in for a nice side bend. Other side. Fingertips down the spine. Pull that elbow in nice and strong. Lean it in for a side bend. That feels amazing. Take time to stretch, everybody. Come back center. Deep breath. Give me 1 more in. And you are all set. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day.